Hey Laura, you want to come over and play Just Dance after school with me?
I don't think I can. I have to do my calculus homework.
Oh, come on. Just Dance is so much more fun.
Limited resources, time, yada yada.
Come on. Weigh your costs and benefits a little bit here. Costs? There's not many. Benefits? You get to see my beautiful face.
Alright, I guess I'll be there.
Raw, like a dungeon dragon. I'm starting to feel like a dungeon dragon.
I decide to go play Just Dance with Katie. I lose the chance, which is the opportunity cost, to do calculus. Since I have unlimited wants and limited resources for every choice I make, I'll have to give something up. Marginal analysis is weighing the costs and benefits of the decision that you just made. So if I go to Katie's, my benefits would be having fun, relaxing, and hanging out with Katie, while my costs are preparation for the calculus test. For me, there's more benefits than costs because I'd get to go hang out with Katie.
Money, 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 money.
This can be shown on a graph. This is the production possibilities curve.
The production possibility curve shows at any given point what the economy is capable of making. Except this is for an individual person. Lauren has Just Dance and calculus as the two variables of her economy, the two outputs. So at point A, which is where Lauren is right now, she's only producing Just Dance and no calculus. That's why it's all on the Just Dance axis. And at point Z, if this was going to be the other way when she decided not to go to Katie's, it would be all at point Z. No Just Dance is being produced by Lauren. It's all calculus. So what if you want something in the middle? Now, at point M, right in the middle, Lauren is producing both Just Dance and calculus. She's able to do this because she's using both her time and her resources in a half-and-half manner. So, why is her curve a straight line? Because it's only one person, and since there aren't any other variables involved in that, it's just a straight line. Now if you look at point U, she's not on the axis, but she's underneath it. What that means is that Lauren is underutilizing her resources. She's not using everything that she can use right now. And that's kind of dumb. She could be producing so much more Just Dance and the same amount of calculus. So, when this happens, what we like to do is shift from U to N. At point N, now Lauren is producing the same amount of calculus, but even more Just Dance than she was producing before, which is a much better solution than just doing calculus and then wasting your time on Facebook. At point H, you can't get to it unless there was going to be a sudden shift in the graph, or like there were more resources discovered, or pretend Lauren got a half day off of school, and that way she would have more time and energy to be able to go do both calculus and Just Dance. So, in order to get to H, you would have to shift the curve out to here. Now that's a straight line. Instead of just Lauren, because Lauren, as much as she would like to be, is not the entire society, we should look at it more of a societal example, like our microclass. So, if we look at this is not representative of all of our skills necessarily, but it's just an example for right now. Lauren, this is right from best to worst, Lauren is the best at Just Dance, where I am the worst at Just Dance. Our society right now is functioning totally at point A, which is completely producing Just Dance and nothing else. What if we want to make more calculus instead of Just Dance? You would take me, because I am the worst Just Dancer, and move me from Just Dance to calculus. Look at all the calculus I'm producing now! So now that I'm on this calculus side, we decided that I'm the best calculus student, because people are different and everybody has different skills. Calculus and Just Dance are inversely related, so whoever is the best at Just Dance is the worst at calculus, and vice versa. If we take a look at the graph, we have gone from point A to point B, and only lost just a little bit of Just Dance, but gained this much calculus. So we are still producing a lot of Just Dance and even more calculus now because we have moved my bad resource as a Just Dancer to my better resource as a calculus person. But this isn't the same for every single person. If we were to move Chelsea, for example, from Just Dance, where she is the second worst, to calculus, where she is now the second best.
I'm producing a lot of calculus, but I'm not producing as much as Katie.
To gain the same exact amount of calculus that we gave from, moving up to, we want to move up to again. We have to now lose even more. We're going from B to C, but we're losing this much compared to this much that we lost from the first move from A to B. This is called the law of increasing opportunity cost. That while you move up the PPC, you keep having a larger opportunity cost.
Some people want it all.
I'm producing a lot of calculus, but not as much as Chelsea.
I wanna be a billionaire.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger.
I'm producing some calculus, but not nearly as much as all of you guys.
Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la ley.
I'm producing some calculus, not as much as the rest.
I'm the bestest dancer!
What's calculus? So we moved from D all the way to F. And in order to gain that much, look at how much you have to lose. In order to just gain this much, you lose this much. That's because Jordan, Stephen, and Lauren's skills aren't as good as mine, Chelsea's, and Vinny's skills at calculus.
Shake your money maker like somebody about to pay you.
We can look at this in a different way, not just the Just Dance and calculus scale, but look at it as an entire economy thing, because we are in economics. So if we look at this with capital goods versus consumer goods for country alpha. So in order to produce, you have to spread your resources because you have unlimited wants, but limited resources. Country A decided to produce at point A, where they are producing a lot of consumer goods, but not as many capital goods. Now here is where we should probably inform you about the differences between capital goods and consumer goods. Capital goods are goods that are used to produce other things. They are one of the resources, or land, labor, and capital, and they produce finalized products. Consumer goods are finalized products, like your iPod or your car. So this country is producing a lot of iPods and cars and stuff, but very little like new models of machines. The year 2000, this country decided to produce a lot of consumer goods. And as you can see, this is their 2000 and 2010 curve. During 10 years, this country experienced no amount of growth because they were producing just enough capital goods to be able to replace the old ones that were broken. And they produced no capital goods that would enhance their abilities to create new consumer goods. However, if you look at country beta, you will see a very different scenario. Country beta decided to produce less consumer goods, but even more capital goods. But not by a lot. Like, if you can see, they only went up by about, like, twice the amount. So, this country, in 2000, at point A, produced not as many iPods and cars, but did produce a lot of machines. So, by the year 2010, they produced even more consumer goods than country alpha because they had invested in capital to begin with. And they just kept the amount of capital that they produced the same. So, what does this mean? This means that country beta will expand and grow, while country alpha will stay stationary. If we take a look at the
I am not a line, I am not a girl that can ever be defined. I am not fly, I am levitation. I represent an entire generation. I hear the criticism loud and clear. Rah, rah.